Global task handoffs across time zones. A render finishes at 2:10 a.m. in one country, a comp artist opens the scene file at 9:10 a.m. in another, and the shot still slips. Not because the work didn't get done, because the handoff lost the one detail that mattered: what changed, what didn't, and what to do next. Cross-site handoffs fail when the receiving team doesn't know the priority or the dependency state at the moment they start. Matteo V learned this the hard way as a DFX to VFX coordinator. He wasn't missing emails, he was receiving them too late, with just enough context to feel confident and not enough to act. The fix wasn't communicate more. It was building a consistent handoff package inside shot grid, or flow production tracking, so the next time zone could pick up the task like it never left their desk. The Handoff Clarity Checklist. What cross-timezone handoffs must carry? Cross-site handoffs work when you treat the handoff like a deliverable, not a conversation. You can reduce confusion fast if every transfer includes the same minimum set of information: task status, dependency blockers, what changed in the latest version, what done means for that receiving department, and the exact next step the artist should perform. If you skip one piece, the receiving team fills the gap with assumptions, and assumptions cost hours. This chapter assumes you already run task tracking in shot grid/flow and you already track every element as a distinct task, not as the shot. If your task list still groups multiple elements into one task, fix that first, because cross-site handoffs depend on the task boundaries being real. Ask yourself, when someone in the next time zone looks at a task, can they tell what to do without asking you for a meeting? Use the Handoff Clarity Checklist every time you move work between time zones, sites, or departments. The goal stays simple: keep priority and dependency state intact from the moment the first team hits submit to the moment the next team pulls the task into their morning schedule. Handoff Clarity Checklist. Minimum handoff fields: shot/task link, shot grid/flow task ID or name, and the correct element task. Example: car 01 sim cache not car 01. Current status: submitted, in review, revisions requested, blocked. What changed since the last handoff? One sentence. Dependency state: what you need from another task and whether it's done, pending, or late. Done definition for the receiving department: one sentence. Next action and due time: what the artist should do at start of day. Version and location: what file/version they should open. Include the path or link. Priority note tied to show targets: what this affects today/tomorrow. Practical takeaway: if your handoff message doesn't let the receiving artist start work in under 5 minutes, your checklist isn't complete. The Handoff Clarity Checklist. Stages to move tasks cleanly between time zones. You'll get the cleanest results if you run handoffs in stages that match how global teams actually work: submit, review, prioritize, then pull. Do this consistently, and you stop losing context at the time zone boundary. 1. Stage 1. Lock the task boundary before you send anything. Make sure the element exists as its own shot grid/flow task and that the task name matches what the receiving department expects. For DFX to VFX, that usually means the DFX task outputs, sim caches, geometry caches, layout exports, map to a specific VFX task input, readable caches, correct frame range, matching naming. If you sent car 01 DFX and VFX needs car 01 sim cache read, you create a handoff gap. Ask yourself, when the receiving artist opens the task, do they see the exact input they need, or do they have to hunt for it? 2. Stage 2. Send the handoff immediately after review. Not at end of day. Cross-timezone handoffs fail when you batch them. Instead, after each review outcome, approved, revision requested, blocked, send a handoff update within the same local window. Matteo V found that end of day summaries worked only when both sites shared the same workday. When they didn't, the receiving team woke up already behind. Timing suggestion: update the handoff within 30 to 60 minutes of the review decision, not later tonight. 3. Stage 3. Populate the checklist fields in your handoff note in shot grid/flow. Attach the handoff details directly to the task, or the task comment stream, so it stays connected to the work. Include the exact version and the dependency state. Don't write updated cache. Write sim cache v012 submitted, frame range 1001 to 1120, naming matches layout export, blocked only on VFX lighting pass because shot timing still pending. 4. Stage 4. Use push/pull to protect output when a handoff lands as blocked. Sometimes the receiving site can't start because a dependency task hasn't cleared. In that case, you don't wait. You pull another viable task that the department can advance while the blocked dependency resolves. This keeps your department output steady across time zones and prevents the idle gap from stretching into days. Do not confuse: push equals you send the blocked task forward, pull equals you reroute effort to another task that can move now. 5. Stage 5. Confirm the receiving site actually started. You don't need a meeting. You need a signal. Check for a status change, in progress, or a submission from the receiving artist, and add a quick follow-up only if nothing changed after the receiving morning begins. Timing suggestion: check 2 times, once mid-morning local time, once late morning. Practical takeaway: a good handoff makes the next time zone's first hour predictable. The Handoff Clarity Checklist, real-world DFX to VFX handoff example, Mateo V. Here's the kind of handoff that prevents the "we thought it was ready" problem. Mateo V coordinated a shot where DFX produced simulation caches for a hero vehicle and VFX needed those caches for downstream comp and lighting integration. Scenario details: sites/time zones, DFX site runs earlier, VFX site runs later. Element tasks in shot grid/flow: task A DFX, vehicle 01 sim cache, task B VFX, vehicle 01 geocache, task C VFX, vehicle 01 comp integrate, depends on A plus B show target. VFX needs comp integration to stay aligned with the current review window. What Mateo did, with exact actions and timing: 1. Before DFX submits, same day DFX local afternoon, Mateo checked task A and task B names and confirmed they matched the VFX input expectations. He verified the output naming and frame range inside the submitted cache folder. Expected outcome: VFX doesn't waste time validating the basics. 2. After DFX internal review decision, within 45 minutes, DFX approved task A for handoff but requested a small update on task B, minor geocache mismatch. Mateo updated the task statuses in shot grid/flow and sent the handoff note using the checklist fields: task link, task A and task B clearly separated, status, task A submitted, task B revision requested, what changed, sim cache V012 final, geocache mismatch fixed pending, dependency state, task C blocked on task B only, done definition for VFX, start comp integration using sim cache V012, hold final integration until geocache matches, next action, VFX artist should begin read/validation and set up comp pipeline using V012, version/location, direct folder link to V012 priority note. This unblocks first pass comp. Final comp waits on geocache expected outcome. VFX begins immediately on task C's first pass even though the final depends on the geocache. 3. Push/pull move when something landed blocked. Next day, VFX local morning, at VFX morning check, Mateo saw task B still revision requested, not ready. Instead of leaving VFX idle, Mateo pulled a different task that didn't depend on geocache yet, something like look def prep or shader hookups driven only by sim cache. He updated priorities in the task list so the VFX lead could assign work confidently. Expected outcome: VFX keeps momentum while the dependency clears. 4. Confirm start. Mid-morning VFX local, Mateo checked whether the VFX artist moved task C to in progress and whether they attached a validation note. If nothing changed, he messaged once with a single question: can you confirm you opened sim cache V012 and started validation? Expected outcome: you catch stuck handoffs early, while the artist still has their morning focus. Measurements you can track in your own pipeline: handoff latency, time from review decision to checklist handoff note, goal, within 30 to 60 minutes, start confirmation, whether the receiving artist flips status to in progress by mid-morning, dependency clarity rate, how often VFX asked what version, what frame range, what's blocked. After the handoff goal, near zero, if you run this pattern, global handoffs stop feeling risky. They become routine work with repeatable inputs. Practical takeaway: you don't hope the receiving site understands, you force clarity into the task note. Avoiding mistakes in cross-site task handoffs. Cross-site handoffs go wrong in a few predictable ways. If you catch these early, you save days. Mistake 1: you send one combined message for multiple element tasks. Root cause: you treat the shot like a single unit instead of tracking each element as a distinct task in shot grid/flow. The receiving artist then can't tell which dependency applies to which task. Do this: send one handoff update per element task, task A, task B, etc., and include the task link for each. Mark dependency state per task: task C blocked on task B only beats shot blocked. Not this: vehicle 01 is updated. VFX can proceed when only sim cache updated and geocache still needs revision. Quick reference: if the receiving person can't answer which task is blocked by reading one note, split it. Mistake 2: you describe changes without naming the version and frame range. Root cause: you assume the receiving artist can match outputs by date or folder structure. Across time zones, they often open the wrong version first, then waste time validating and correcting. Do this: put the exact version in the handoff note. Example: sim cache V012, include frame range in the checklist fields. Example: frames 1001 to 1120, link the cache location so they open the same files you validated. Not this: latest cache is ready with no version label, no frame range, and no link. Quick reference: every handoff note should let the receiving artist open the right thing on the first try. Mistake 3: You wait for the next time zone to respond before you pull root cause. You only push the blocked task forward and you don't reroute work when the dependency doesn't land. The department then runs out of viable tasks and output drops. Do this if a targeted shot is blocked. Immediately pull another viable task that advances without the missing dependency. Update priorities in the task list right away so the team can assign work without guessing. Not this. We'll see what happens when the other site finishes after you already know the dependency won't clear today. Quick reference: if a task blocks today, you reroute today. Practical takeaway: clear handoffs prevent rework, smart pull prevents idle time. When you build handoff clarity into every task note, you stop relying on timing luck across time zones. Your team still works hard, but the work moves forward cleanly, because every receiving artist starts with the same truth you validated. That momentum matters as you scale the pipeline, and it sets you up for the next layer of coordination, aligning what teams do each day with the show's targets and review cadence.